The chaos continues. You're listening to Jeff and Jeremy on 93.3 KZOZ.
Hey, good morning. It's Jeff Jeremy. We got Whitney in studio. We're going to be talking about farmers market and what's going on tonight here in just a few minutes. But I did find something that I think you will find interesting, Whitney.
Oh, boy.
And that is dermatology. You like dermatology? Dermatologists say
Sure.
that
Who
men...
doesn't love some dermatology? Dermatology grosses me out. I hate seeing like close-up pictures of people's faces or their mouths.
Yeah. Or have you seen those
Like
things on social media where they're like showing people's pores and like when they're God, stop!
There's like a whole thing where people love to watch like cleaning
or popping zits. Are you one of the girls that likes to pop zits?
No.
Oh, thank God.
My brother was like that.
We had a girl with us, Lindsay, back in the day. I unfortunately had one from wearing a hat. And she was like, let me get my hands on that thing.
Oh, no.
So bad. It was one of those that was like deep in the skin and sore. And then she got it, though. I got to tell you, she was a magician with that thing. I was like,
what?
I think I cried a little. I'm pretty sure I shed a tear. It was painful.
Probably.
But anyway.
I have something right now that I've not had since high school. It's driving me nuts, and you can't tell.
We really want to know?
Mustache and a beard.
Okay.
But just bear with me for a moment.
Hold on, I got to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. I can't.
I just want to know if you guys have ever experienced this. It's that one, and it's not a big one. It's a tiny, like, little zit.
It like is not. You can't see it, but you know it's there.
Can't see it, and it's on where your lip meets your upper lip. So, like, where your upper lip is just regular skin.
It's called herpes.
where your upper lip is just regular skin, and then where your lip starts, it's like right where your lip starts, and it's like the nerve endings right there are just insane. I feel like I have a grapefruit on my face.
You think?
Yet you can't even see it. When I look in the mirror, I'm like, where is this thing?
This is a very like honest moment for you.
Oh, it's driving me crazy. I just want it to go away so bad.
One of, unfortunately, many. Do you think it's because you have facial hair? Is that why you think? Because
it could be like an ingrown hair.
Yeah, I've never had this issue. It could be
because it's too low. It's too much on my lip. Wow. It's like right where the lip starts.
Is it there right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right here.
I can't see it.
But you go over there.
Nobody can see it. I can't see it when I look up close in the mirror. I can't see it.
Can you? If she rubbed her finger over it, could she feel it?
I won't be doing that.
So why are you going to quit so soon?
Yeah, she could. If I stick it out with my tongue. If I stick it out with my tongue.
You're not interested.
But I know what it feels like normally. I don't know if she would notice the difference, to be honest with you. But anyways, dermatology?
Dermatology. Yeah, what?
Dermatologists are now saying that men don't need to change their underwear every day.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah. If you're not a sweater or you wear loose-fitting boxers, you're good to wear those for a few days. Now, women, on the other hand, bad news. Got to change it every day. I guess it's a little too much contact. You know what I'm saying?
So I will tell you this. My son lives by that creed already, and he's only 7.
Wow.
Well, see, this is a parenting thing, Jeff. This is where you teach him.
I'm like, dude, come on. You got to change your underwear. He's like, no, these are good.
Does he sniff it and go, I'm good?
No.
I'll be honest, I don't change my underwear sometimes when I go camping and it's very cold. I will wear underwear and I will wear
learning a lot about you that I don't know if
long johns and I mean, when you're camping and you sometimes don't change or shower for a couple of days. So you just wear the same clothes. I mean, you might change sometimes I change my shirt. Sometimes I don't like smelling like a campfire, so I'm like, I got to get this shirt off. Get something else on. I bring deodorant and I apply it every day, but I don't always change it. But I mean, I'm a pretty clean person. I like to take a shower. I take one most days, except for maybe the weekend.
So this is groundbreaking news that men don't have to. I feel like we don't
let's see here. It says
laziness.
One doctor says with minimal activity and no sweating, changing every other day may be totally acceptable.
I agree with you right now, Whitney. I feel like we are going down a slippery slope of laziness in this society that we live in.
I agree.
And when this kind of information gets out, they're like, oh, well, dermatologist says I don't have to change my underwear.
What does this have to do with dermatology?
Next thing you know, people are wearing pajama pants and
study of the skin
when they go shopping.
Study of the skin. That's what they do. They study skin.
So what are they studying? That the skin is clean enough with a loose-fitting boxer?
Yeah, I feel like the dermatologist should only be focused on the face, nowhere else. The facial skin, and I get it; they do skin all over the body.
They're skin cell experts. They know the pores. They know, the good, the bad, and everything that happens with your skin. And they're just saying, hey, guys, if you don't want to change it, you don't have to.
What harm comes from changing it every day?
What harm comes from not changing it?
Well, there could be, okay.
What if you've had a lot of chili that day?
Right. There you go. That's
unless somebody's got their nose on your butt, I mean, who's going to know?
But what I'm saying is, okay, so you've pushed back the goalpost already. You're like, okay. So there are people out there.
A lot of air in there.
There are people out there that are like, oh, I'm going to go 2 days with this underwear. Now you are pushing the goalpost back just a little bit more. So now those people that are already predisposed to wear their underwear for 2 days will now push it to 3 or maybe even 4 days. Yeah. And at that point in time, you could have some problems with some skin issues. Right. Now, this is where my conspiracy comes into play here. Dermatologists, of course, are going to say, go ahead, wear your underwear for as many days as you want. It's not going to affect you because they need patience. They need people to come in and say,
when you get that boil on your ass.
I got something on my hip right here.
They're going to want to lance it. All right?
Yeah. This is another element of the terrifying dating scene that is out there. Now this is out in the world.
True. I mean, it's terrible.
This is the other reason I brought it up.
That doesn't change their underwear.
This is why we need to go back to the 50s.
Right.
Okay?
Do I have to? Is this going to be on all the dating apps now? Like, how frequently do you change your underwear?
It should be. Because here's the thing: they're going to lie. Number one,
it should be.
And I'll tell you this. This is how you check it out. You go to their house. If they're a slob and they're a mess, they have dishes in the sink. They have clothes out. That guy's not changing his underwear every day. He's not. There's no way he is. You get the hell out of there right now.
The best morning meetings.
Another meeting?
Are with Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Meet me in the morning.
Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. 93.3 KZOZ rocks.
I know this is probably going to get a call for head and all that stuff, but please listen to the reasoning why. Okay. I hope Trump becomes president. Now, the people are like, oh my God, up in arms, Trump is. This is the only reason why I hope Trump becomes president.
Jeff, he's in the lead right now, so by a long shot. So
I know, but there's a lot of people out there that automatically are like, oh God, we're going to talk about Trump. No, this is not a Trump thing, but this is a Trump thing. There's been this letter, this photo of the letter that Mark Cuban posted from Donald Trump. You remember Mark Cuban tried to do a show like, what was the show that Donald Trump did on NBC?
Oh, The Apprentice?
The Apprentice, yeah, there you go. The Apprentice. He tried to do a show on ABC prior to Shark Tank, and it was called The Benefactor. And it was basically a ripoff of this show, The Apprentice. And this letter that Mark Cuban shared on Twitter, which Mark Cuban famously does not like Donald Trump, and I can see why based on this letter. Okay, it's addressed to Mark Cuban. It says, "Dear Mark, I'm truly sorry to hear that your show has been canceled for lack of ratings. When I initially called you to congratulate you on The Benefactor, little did you or I realize how disastrous and embarrassing it would turn out to be for you. Oh my God. If you ever decide to do another show, please give me a call. I'll be happy to lend a helping hand. Best wishes, Donald Trump."
Oh, he should have wrote, "If you ever decide to do another show, do us all a favor and don't do it." Boy, there is one thing about Donald Trump, I will say. He's very transparent. You always knew what was on that guy's mind. He'd put it on Twitter. And I know a lot of people hate him for that. But you know what? We have a president now that we have no idea what he's thinking, what's going on. They keep everything secret. But I will say one thing that is completely opposite is we came from one way to the other, but very transparent, Donald.
The entertainment value in telling somebody that you feel bad for them in a condolences letter, essentially, but still being able to tear that person down to nothing in literally, I mean, I could count the words, less than 60 words.
He's a busy man, Didn't have time. No, it's pretty funny.
"I am truly sorry to hear that your show has been canceled for lack of ratings. When I initially called you to congratulate you on The Benefactor, little did you or I realize how disastrous and embarrassing it would turn out to be for you. If you ever decide to do another show, please call me, and I'll be happy.
How could you ever be friends with somebody that wrote you a letter like that again? How could you ever invite them to anything?
That was dated back in October of 2004.
Wow, that's good stuff.
20 years old.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Turn it on in the morning.
Every morning.
Come on, girl.
And leave it all day long.
Because they're funny, they're entertaining.
Shake that booty. From 93.3 KZOZ.
All right, so there's a list of things from a certified mechanic that says that you should have in your glove box of your car. Let me know if you have any of these in yours.
ASE certified?
Yeah, it doesn't say. I made up the certified part.
I have no idea what ASE stands for. Anybody that could please text it, 805-543-3693. What does ASE stand for? I could look it up, but I want to know if everybody knows what ASE or how many people will actually respond with ASE, because you see that all the time and you're like, oh, they're ASE certified. What does that mean?
805-543-3693 if you know. We'll come back to that if we get a text. First off, flashlight. Do you have a flashlight in your vehicle?
Yes.
And both vehicles? Your wife has one in hers as well?
I don't know. Stuff gets taken in and out.
You need to put this together. You know, you gotta, what did you get for
Christmas? It doesn't matter. I'll put it together and then I'll find it sitting in the garage later on. I'm like, why is this not in your car? And she'll say, oh, because I had to put something in the back. I'm like, this is important because you get in it, you break down on the side of the road. You're going to need this stuff, especially if it's dark out.
Yeah. I actually bought, my wife actually got this in a White Elephant gift exchange. And then, so then I went and bought one, and you can buy little like roadside hazard kits. I think at Costco, and it comes with all this stuff in it, including a first aid kit and all this other stuff, flares. And I mean, it's actually kind of nice, a little compressor. But the next thing they say is outside of your vehicle's manual and proof of insurance and registration. Obviously those are given, right? Yeah. I mean, your car comes with a manual. It should be in there. Is a first aid kit in case, you're in an accident and you cut yourself. And, you're somewhere where you're not going to get an ambulance right away. Or
you did outfit the van. My daughter got drilled in the face at a soccer game with a soccer ball, and she had like really, really, really bad bloody nose. Like, we're like, whoa, should we take her to the hospital type of thing? And luckily, one of her teammates' fathers was a doctor, and he said, no, it's fine. But... so it saved me $150 copay. Yeah, it saved me $150 copay on the emergency room visit. But we were like running out to the car, grabbing every napkin that we had. There were feminine hygiene products involved to stop the bleeding. It was bad situation. I was like, okay, we got to get a first aid kit for the car. It's not until tragedy strikes that you're prepared, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so have that in your car. So you got a flashlight, you've got your first aid kit, you've got it doesn't have to be a big one either. I bought one on Amazon, I think, for $20. Tire pressure gauge. I'm not really sure why you need a tire pressure gauge, because if you're having a tire pressure issue, I don't need to know that I could tell I've got a flat tire, but that's not going to help me. But I guess maybe you're supposed to check your tire pressure regularly, make sure you got a right
I have a
pressure.
Compressor that we keep in the car.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
It's mainly to blow up the kids' bicycle tires.
But if you had an issue,
right? If I needed to use it, it would tell me what the pressure is. It's got a little digital readout, and it tells me what I literally bought it for like $30 on Amazon. It's got a little flashlight with it, and it's like an emergency flashlight, and it's got all the different. Like you could blow up a basketball with it. You could blow up the bicycle tires. You could blow up your tires. Whatever you need. It's pretty cool.
Spare fuses in case you have an issue and you're not somewhere. A multi-tool like a Swiss Army knife type deal. Like
I don't have spare fuses. I don't think that's something that we carry.
I don't have that either. But I guess you could look it up in your manual and you could figure out what you need to carry. I've never had that issue, but who knows? And, AAA, right? But if you're in an area and you don't have cell service, there you go. By the way, Tom wrote in, he said, Automotive Service Excellence. He says you can go to their website, ASE.
So there's a certificate that they give you after you pass some kind of test that gives you a certificate of excellence.
Yes.
And that's the Automotive Service Excellence.
Yes, here it is. ASE.com, the National Institute for Automotive Service Excellence, is a professional certification group that certifies professionals and shops in the automotive repair and service industry in the U.S. and parts of Canada. So,
what if you're ASG certified? That's auto service good.
This is Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
All right, Jeff and Jeremy here. The Super Bowl's coming up. It'll be here before you know it. And we still don't know what's going on with the Super Bowl halftime show. Jay-Z, the executive producer of the show, says to watch out for Usher this year.
Watch out for him. Why? What's he going to do?
But he's also hinting that he himself may actually do the show.
What?
Himself. Yeah.
I don't know.
That's just...
I thought it would be selfish to pick myself like too early. So maybe 1 year, maybe.
How long is this contract is he going to have to do be the executive producer?
I'll
of
look
the
that up.
halftime
I
show?
think that's something that you can look up, actually.
I think he's gonna take his rightful place. He's one of the greatest performers that we've seen in our time, and I think he'll take his rightful place.
I'm kind of disappointed.
What's he talking about?
He's talking about Usher. I'm not really sure. I'm trying to think. I know Usher. I remember his songs, some of it. He's done a lot of other stuff. I'm sure it'll be fine, but it's just like nothing I'm excited to see. Is there anything that you're really excited to see anymore? I mean, once Justin Timberlake pulled out the tete, I mean, after that, what else is there to be surprised by? What else could happen at a halftime show? Had a pregnant lady on a scaffolding last year, a floating scaffolding last year, in a tight red suit. It's just more of the same.
So last year was his first year.
They need to fire Jay-Z and get a different producer. That's what they need to do.
Rock Nation is on a 5-year contract. So
we have 4 more years of this? Because we'll never get a rock act or anything else. Country, rock, anything. Anything that's current and good.
His company name is Rock Nation. Yeah. So technically you get
and he's got Rockaware, right?
4 years.
And he also wears his hat to the side. So
when they inked the deal, you got to remember what was at the top of everybody's mind, and that was this social justice agenda of the NFL. I mean, I think the NFL is kind of
see how
moved
decisions
on from
have
that.
consequences. I mean, I'm okay with this. I just wish we could rotate it. Like, I'm cool with all music, and I listen to this, and I used to listen to it. Whatever. I used to listen to Jay-Z and Usher and all that stuff. But they're not producing music anymore, and they're not current. They're not. They're kind of yesterday. And I'm fine with all that. But can we not
nobody needs
mix
new
it up?
music, Jeremy.
Can we just mix it up? Can we just mix it up? Mix it up a little bit.
It would be nice for a little variety, yeah, because I think Usher is kind of a tired pick.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think everybody is,
Here you have Vegas. Vegas is your stage this year, and you're going to roll out Usher.
Well, Celine Dion's got that.
Maybe it'll be good.
Celine Dion's got that medical issue, so.
Who else does residency? You could have done Adele.
Garth Brooks, I think, has a residency there right now.
Garth Brooks
would be a great show. Come on.
He would be a really good.
I don't care if you're a big fan or
show.
not. I mean, we saw him at the fair. I don't know if you did. Did you see him? It was crazy. I saw him. I think you saw him.
Yeah, Garth Brooks would be a really good pick.
Such a great performer.
I think so, yeah.
He'd probably do something really fun. Anyway, so Jay-Z got Usher this year. He's producing for the next 3 more years after this, and you never know. It may be him.
I don't know. I thought it would be selfish to pick myself like too early. So maybe 1 year, maybe.
Is he married to Beyonce, right? So
yes.
Oh God.
She'll get another nod. Yeah, I think like I said, they really hamstrung, to use a term that's used on a weekly basis in the NFL. They really hamstrung themselves by signing Jay-Z to a 5-year contract, because who would be the logical choice this year for the halftime show?
Yeah, a 2-year contract seems more acceptable, right?
Yeah.
If you're not going to do a 1, 2.
Because you give the guy a contract, then he's going to roll out Usher in a year when clearly, the halftime show should be Taylor Swift. I mean, come on. Usher wasn't showed 17 times on the television when the Eagles and the Chiefs
Have
played.
we not had enough Taylor Swift, Jeff, though?
I'm just
honestly,
saying.
It's probably a gift at this point.
I'm just saying the logical choice would be Taylor Swift. And I'm not saying just because she's dating Travis Kelce, but it's also that and the fact that she came off of making $1 billion in 1 year from a concert. $1 billion.
Yeah, she had the biggest touring concert, that's for sure.
With a B.
Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.